Welcome back to Mark My Words on AM 560 The Answer. I am your host, Mark Vargas, and joining me live here in studio, it's an honor to welcome Judge John Noverini, Republican candidate for the Illinois Supreme Court, District 2, and sitting next to him, who isn't mic'd up but is there to show some support, is his wonderful wife, Saray Noverini. So, Noverini, thanks for joining me here in studio. And, Judge, it's an honor.
Thank you, Mark. It's great to be here.
Judge, I've been teasing this that you've made national news here on a Sunday. We're going to go into this. But before we do, for those that may not know who is Judge John Noverini, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. As you mentioned, John Noverini, running for Illinois Supreme Court. I've been in the legal profession for going on 35 years. Last 14 years, served as a circuit court trial judge in the 16th Judicial Circuit of Kane County. And during my tenure as a circuit court trial judge, I've served as the presiding judge of the Family Law Division, the presiding judge of the Criminal Law Division, where during that time I presided over close to 100 criminal jury trials. I've also been the presiding judge of the probate court, the guardianship court, the traffic court, the mental health court. So I've got a wide variety of experience on the bench. I've enjoyed my time on the bench. It's been an honor and a privilege to wear the robe and serve the people of Illinois, and I look forward to continuing that service on the Illinois Supreme Court. Prior to going on the bench, I worked in the private sector for 25 years. I've experience in banking, business, and education. I taught at Judson University for 14 years. I taught law, ethics, management, and banking. Politically, served as a precinct committeeman for 12 years, Republican precinct committeeman for 12 years, was actually the chairman of the Dundee Township Republican Party for 4 years, served as a village trustee in the village of Carpentersville, twice elected to the Kane County Board, and then elected in 2008 as a circuit court trial judge, retained in 2014, and then again retained in 2020.
And Judson, my alma mater, gotta love Judson. You were an adjunct professor there for 12 years, but you also went to a Christian, you taught at a Christian school, but you attended another Christian school. Which school was that?
Oh, yeah. My educational background, I'm a graduate of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. Received my master's degree in history from Northeastern Illinois University, and my doctorate in law from IIT Chicago-Kent College of Law.
Certainly an impressive background. Judge Noverini, this morning, the Washington Times published an article that I think was incredibly powerful, given its title as well. But the title is Bar Association Threatens Judge with Not Recommended Rating Over Political Questionnaire. And then their subheadline was Conservative Judge Running for Seat on Illinois Supreme Court. And for those listening, the Illinois State Bar Association put out a general questionnaire. And Judge, before we kind of go into this, I want, just so that people know, I want people to understand the questions that were asked in this judicial questionnaire that, in my opinion, have absolutely nothing to do with serving on the Illinois Supreme Court. Listen to this. Do you belong to any business or social clubs, organizations, unions, or associations which use race, gender, sexual orientation, or national origin as a basis for determining memberships or the privileges of membership? If so, use a separate tab referencing paragraph 5. Next question. How important is it to you to have inclusion from people of a different race, color, religion, sex, national origin, ancestry, age, marital status, physical or mental disability, military status, or sexual orientation than you as a lawyer and or judge in the legal profession? Here's another one. What efforts, which this is an interesting one, what efforts, if any, have you made in your community to include people of a different race, color, religion, sex, national origin, ancestry, age, marital status, physical or mental disability, military status? And so it goes on and on. But these three questions caught my attention, Judge. They certainly caught yours. And now the Illinois Bar Association is now threatening you with a not recommended rating. Tell us about this.
Yeah, that's the Illinois State Bar Association. Anyone that's walked into my court over the last 14 years, I treat everyone the same, equal treatment. Everyone gets equal treatment. Justice is supposed to be blind. So I don't ask about people's backgrounds or who they are or what they are. They get treated equally under the law. Attorneys, I mean, judges, in my opinion, first of all, I'm not a member of the Illinois State Bar Association. I never understood why judges would be a member of a lawyers association. I'm a member of the Illinois Judges Association. Um, I felt it was inappropriate for me to go to the Illinois State Bar Association or to answer their questions and seek their recommendation or their endorsement or their ratings. I just feel that they have a vested interest in who sits on the Illinois Supreme Court. To me, it was a conflict of interest, or at the very least, an appearance of impropriety for judges to go with their hat in their hand and sit before the Illinois State Bar Association and ask for a recommendation or a rating. To me, it's completely inappropriate.
And in previous years, 2014, for example, the same association gave you a recommended or highly recommended status. But this time, as the questions get more politicized, more political, they want to play politics and give you a not recommended for not wanting to participate in this poll. But you did receive in the past a recommended status.
Oh yeah, in the past I've received a recommended rating, but yeah, it's gotten more and more political over the years.
I love your quote, Judge, in here in this article, and I've heard you say this before, but you said the left-leaning ISBA has a vested interest in who sits on the Supreme Court. Accepting endorsements or ratings from organizations that represent an attorney crosses the line. I think that's so powerful because it creates a conflict of interest, doesn't it?
Correct. Judges are to be fair. They're to be impartial. You'd be surprised. Lawyers. This is how they make a living. They want to be friendly with the judges. Before I was a judge, I was a lawyer for 21 years before I became a judge. But once I became a judge, it's surprising how popular I became with the lawyers. I mean, there has to be a separation between the lawyers and the judges. And in my opinion, sometimes judges get too friendly with lawyers. And again, you need to keep a distance from the lawyers. And again, not being a member of the ISBA, but judges that are, I question whether they should be members of the ISBA.
Again, it's just shocking that they would threaten a label of not recommended for simply not playing into their questionnaire that has obviously gotten more political. But Judge, moving on real quick, I've heard you speak often about just sort of along the same lines of Democratic left-leaning control, court packing. Can you tell us about court packing here in Illinois?
Yeah, as we all know, in Illinois, the Democrats control the State House, they control the Senate, they control the governor's office, and they control the Illinois Supreme Court. And they also control the circuit and appellate courts in Cook County, and now they're seeking to control the circuit and appellate courts in the collar counties. In 2007, they created within the circuit sub-circuits. The Democrats say it's for the purpose of creating a more diverse bench. In reality, it's for the purpose of creating more Democrat judges. They've done it in Kane County. They did it in Lake County. They just did it now in DuPage County. They've done it in Winnebago County and a few counties downstate. And probably the next county would be McHenry County. But the whole point is they want control of the circuit and the appellate courts. Basically, that's a training ground for the Illinois Supreme Court, would be the circuit and the appellate courts.
So bigger government. We have another minute and a half, but Judge, I've heard you talk about this 1964. This is a really important race. Can you tell us why?
Oh, yeah. 1964, if you think back, LBJ was president. Otto Kerner, our first governor to go to jail, was governor of the state. And Richard Daley was mayor. Richard J. Daley, the father, was mayor. 1964 is how long the Democrats have controlled the Illinois Supreme Court. There are 5 districts, 7 circuits, 7 judges on the Illinois Supreme Court. And since 1964, they've either had a 4-3 or a 5-2 majority. In this election, it's important because the 2nd and 3rd district are up for election. If the Republicans can take the 2nd and the 3rd, that would flip the court to a 4-3 majority for the Republicans. And that is very important in this cycle.
That's incredible. Since 1964, first time since 1964, Republicans have the chance to flip the Illinois Supreme Court from Democrat to Republican. That is why I think that the Bar Association is getting so political, this left-leaning Bar Association, because the last thing that they want to see is for the first time a Republican majority. I encourage everybody to go to Noverini.com. That's Noverini, www.noverini.com. Judge John Noverini, candidate for Illinois Supreme Court District 2, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mark.
It's been an honor. You're listening to Mark My Words on AM 560 The Answer. We'll be right back.